Hi everybody. So welcome you all to the final session on integration using trigonometric identities. ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಎರಡು ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಿಗ್ನೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಉಳಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸನ್ನು ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಯು ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್? I hope you are excited about it, and I myself also excited about the session also. So we'll directly get on to the topic now. So the first integral we have today is integral of sine cube plus cos cube divided by sine square into cos square. Okay, remember this is nothing but integral of. Now in this term, if you split the denominator for two terms separately, I will be having sine cube by sine square into cos square. Okay, so what happens to it is of the form sine cube x divided by sine square x into cos square x plus cos cube x divided by sine square x into cos square x dx. Okay, splitting up the denominator for both the terms and see what happens. This is nothing but integral of both the sine square will cancel here and both the cos square will cancel here. So I am left over with sine x, 1 power of sine is remaining, divided by cos square x. Okay, plus here I have cos term 1 single power divided by sine square x. Okay, and this is dx. Okay, I'm going to make some more small arrangement here. This is nothing but integral of the once cos I'm going to take along with sine. So it is sine x divided by cos x into 1 divided by cos x. Okay, the first term I'm going to write like this, plus similarly I'm going to write it as cos x by sine x into 1 divided by sine x. This step is not required if you are capable of writing the next step directly. Okay, this would be integral of, now look here, what is sine by cos? Sine by cos would be tan, and 1 by cos would be, we know 1 by cos, I'll write for this term first. 1 by cos is secant x and sine by cos is tan x. Okay, so I have secant x plus tan x, plus similarly 1 by sine would be cosecant x into cos by sine would be cot x. These are basic trigonometric ratios, isn't it? Sine by cos is tan, 1 by cos is secant, plus 1 by sine is cosecant into cos by sine is cot. This is nothing but, now this is a standard integral which you have already studied in the first session. Integral of secant into tan dx is nothing but secant x. Okay, similarly integral of cosecant into cot would be, remember it is minus of cosecant x, okay, plus c, which is the constant of integration, and this will conclude the solution for the above integral. Okay, there are chances of this question being asked for 2 marks in your main examination. Okay, the next integral we have is integral of cos 2x plus 2 sine square x divided by cos square x dx. Okay, now this is nothing but integral of, remember this is of the form cos 2 theta. There are 4 or 5 methods of writing it. I'm going to write, now both the terms in the denominator is in terms of sine, so I'm going to write cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square theta, isn't it? Cos 2 theta can be written as 1 minus 2 sine square theta, here theta is x. Okay, plus 2 sine square x divided by what I have denominator, I have cos square x dx. Okay, see what happens in the next step. Now you can look at it clearly. I have 2 sine square x with negative and 2 sine square x with positive. Both the terms will get cancelled. I am just left over with 1 divided by cos square x dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of, we know what is 1 by cos square. 1 by cos square is nothing but secant square x dx. Okay, so secant integral of secant square is a standard integral. We know integral of secant square is, it is tan x plus c, which is the constant of integration, and this is the final answer for the given integral. Very simple, isn't it? Yeah, only thing is you have to practice the questions. The next integral I have is integral of 1 divided by sin x into cos cube x dx. This is a peculiar question. There are some preoccupied steps we are going to use in this question. Okay, now see, I have sin x divided by cos cube x. Now what I'm going to do it is, I'm going to multiply cos and divide by cos. Okay, multiply and divide cos to the denominator. See what happens. I have divided cos, and if I multiply, cos cube will become cos power 4x dx. Okay, so this would be integral of, remember, now I'm going to take cos to the numerator. Okay, if I take cos to the numerator, we know 1 by cos is nothing but I have secant power 4x divided by, what is sin by cos? So sin by cos is tan x, and this is dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of, now secant power 4x, I'm going to split it as secant square x into secant square x. Okay, divided by, just take tan x dx. Okay, see what happens here. This is nothing but integral of secant square x into this secant square. I'm going to write it as 1 plus tan square x, because we know 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. So I'm going to write this as 1 plus tan square x divided by tan x dx. Okay, so this, and now I'm going to use the substitution here. Let me put t is equal to tan x. Okay, so if you differentiate with respect to x, you will get dt by dx is nothing but derivative of tan would be secant square x. Therefore dt would be, it is secant square x dx. Okay, this is the substitution part. Always, as I tell you, keep it aside. Now see what happens to the integral. This is nothing but integral of, now remember secant square x dx, I'll just consider it as dt. Okay, these two terms. So I have 1 plus tan square. Tan square means tan, I've taken it as t. So it is 1 plus t square divided by tan x means t, and secant square x dx would be dt. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of, if you split up the integral, I will have 1 by t plus t. Okay, I have 1 by t plus t dt, because 1 by t as it is, t square by t will give me t. Okay, this is nothing but, now what is integral of 1 by t dt? It is like dt by t. We know it is log of mod t. Integral of 1 by t is log of mod t, plus what is integral of t? Integral of t is t square by 2 plus a constant of integration. So finally substitute back for t. This is nothing but log of mod, what is t here? T is tan x. So log of mod tan x plus this half, I'm going to multiply half into t square, means I'm going to write it as tan square x plus c, which is the constant of integration. And this will conclude the solution part for the above given integral. The next integral I have is integral of cos 2x divided by cos x plus sin x dx. Okay, so this can be written as integral of, now there are, as I told you, there are many ways of writing cos 2 theta. So for this question, I'm going to consider this process, which is cos square theta minus sin square theta, which is nothing but cos 2 theta. So this problem I'm going to consider it as integral of, it is cos square x minus sin square x. The numerator cos 2x can be written as cos square x minus sin square x divided by the denominator, keep it as it is, cos x plus sin x into dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of, now look here, numerator is of the form a square minus b square. Now what is a square minus b square? A standard result, it is a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so writing it, I'm going to get cos x a plus b. So it is cos x plus sin x into cos x minus sin x whole divided by, I have cos x plus sin x dx. Okay, so you can look here, you can easily cancel a term cos x plus sin x, and my remaining term would be integral of cos x minus sin x dx. Okay, now see what happens. So this is a standard integral here. So this would be, what is integral of cos? Integral of cos would be, it is sin x, okay, minus, now what is integral of sin? We know integral of sin is minus of cos plus c, which is constant of integration. So this becomes, it is sin x minus of minus is plus cos x plus c, which is the constant of integration. Okay, very simple, isn't it? Right. Okay, dear students, the next integral is the both cos 2x divided by cos x plus sin x whole square dx. You can see here both the functions looks alike. Only thing is here I have square in the denominator. But even here I'm going to consider the same process. Okay, so cos 2x can be written as cos square x minus sin square x, okay, divided by numerator, let me keep it as cos x plus sin x whole square and dx as it is. So this becomes integral of, as I told you, a square minus b square will be a plus b, that is cos x plus sin x into, I have cos x minus sin x whole divided by, I have cos x plus sin x whole square dx. Is it clear? Now you can see here, numerator I have one power will get cancelled. So the integral will reduce to integral of, I have cos x minus sin x divided by cos x plus sin x dx. Okay, now see what happens here. Yeah, I can put, remember, I can put this as, put t is equal to, let me put cos x plus sin x. Okay, I have substituted for t as cos x plus sin x. If you differentiate with respect to x, dt by dx would be, derivative of cos is actually minus sin x and derivative of sin is plus cos x. Okay, therefore dt would be minus sin x plus cos x can be written as actually cos x minus sin x into dx. Okay, cross multiplying. See what happens to the integral now. This is nothing but integral of, so cos x minus sin x dx can be written as actually dt divided by cos x plus sin x is actually t. Okay, now this will reduce to, what is dt by t? We know integral of dt by t is log of mod t plus c, which is constant. This is nothing but log of mod, substitute back for t, which is cos x plus sin x plus c, which is the constant of integration. Okay, so this is the final answer for the given integral. The next integral I have is integral of e power x into 1 plus x divided by cos square of e power x into x dx. Okay, please be careful in this question. Okay, now I'm going to use substitution process here. Okay, let me put t as, look here, I'll put e power x into x. Okay, whatever the cos inside function is there, I'm going to consider it as t, and let me differentiate this with respect to x. Okay, remember this is the product of two functions, e power x into x. So use the product rule. So keep first function as it is, e power x as it is, derivative of x is 1, plus now x is as it is, derivative of e power x is e power x. Okay, therefore dt by dx would be, in both the terms I have e power x common, so I am left over with 1 plus x. Therefore dt would be e power x, okay, into 1 plus x dx. So this is the substitution part. As usual, I'm going to keep it aside, kindly telling you don't use colors in your examination. You can use the regular color, whatever you're taking. Now look here, the integral becomes integral of e power x into 1 plus x dx. Look here what happens. E power of x into 1 plus x dx is the numerator. It will completely become dt. Okay, so the denominator become, it is cos square. Remember, it is t. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of, now what is 1 by cos square? We don't have the integral for 1 by cos square as a standard integral. So I'm converting this as a reciprocal function. So integral of 1 by cos square can be written as secant square t dt. Now you can see here, this is the standard integral secant square t. Okay, now what is the standard integral of secant square? We know it is tan t plus c, which is the constant of integration. One more final step. You are not supposed to keep this in terms of t, so substitute back for x. So t would be nothing but e power of x into x plus c, which is the constant of integration, and this is the final result for the above given question. Is it clear? Right. Okay, dear students, we are going on to the one last question for the session, and which will conclude this topic. I have integral of 1 divided by cos of x minus a into x cos of x minus b dx. Okay, now I'm going to make some arrangements for this question. For this question, I'm going to divide and multiply by a constant, and this is a peculiar constant. I'm going to consider it as sine of b minus a. Remember, we are integrating with respect to x, so b minus a would be a constant. So I'm dividing by sine of b minus a and multiplying sine of b minus a. Okay, divided by, see what happens, it is cos of x minus a into cos of x minus b dx. Okay, you might be wondering why I'm using this. This is the only simple way to solve the given question. Okay, so this is nothing but, keep this constant as it is, 1 divided by sine of b minus a. Okay, integral of, now look here, in b minus a, I'm going to add and subtract x in the numerator. Okay, see how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to write sine of, I'm going to take this a b minus a as x minus a minus x minus b. Look here. So if you split this, I'll get x minus a minus x plus b. So minus and plus x will get cancelled. I'll get plus b minus a back to the given constant. So see what happens. Numerator I'm not changing still. I have cos of x minus a into cos of x minus b dx. Okay. So this is nothing but, I have 1 divided by sine of b minus a. Remember, you have to write this in every step until the last step. Okay. Now this is of the form sine of a minus b. Now this is the standard result we have in your trigonometry. What is sine of a minus b? We know the regular formula. Sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sin b. Okay, using this result, the numerator becomes sin a. Sin a means sine of x minus a into cos b. Cos b means cos of x minus b minus cos a. So it is cos of x minus a into sin b. Sin of x minus b. Okay, divided by what I have? I have cos of x minus a into cos of x minus b, remember, dx. Okay, please be careful in this step. right? Now this is nothing but I have 1 divided by sine of b minus a is a constant in. Now if you split the denominator for both the terms separately, for the first term cos of x minus b, cos of x minus b will get cancelled. I am left over with sine of x minus a divided by cos of x minus b, isn't it? So here cos x minus b into cos x minus b gets cancels. I am left over with sine by cos with the terms x minus a minus, look here in the second term, look here cos of x minus a, cos of x minus a gets cancels. I am left over with sine of x minus b divided by cos of x minus b dx. This is for both the terms. Okay, please bear attention here. This is nothing but 1 divided by sine of b minus a, okay, into integral of, now what is sine by cos? We know sine by cos is nothing but tan of x minus a minus, again sine by cos is nothing but tan of x minus b, okay, dx, right? Now this is nothing but 1 divided by sine of b minus a. Okay, now here I am using the result which I already told you the first class. Integral of tan is nothing but log of secant. Okay, so integral of tan x, I am going to write it as log of mod secant x. Here in terms of x minus a I will have, so I will write x minus a. Integral of, remember, integral of tan x dx is nothing but log of mod secant x plus c. Okay, I am using this result here, remember, okay, plus, now minus I have, let me keep this minus as it is. Now tan of x minus b is nothing but log of mod secant of x minus b. Okay, this both the term is multiplied by 1 divided by sine of b minus a and plus c, which is the constant of integration, and this is the final result for the above given integral. Is it clear? Only thing is you can practice these questions. Only if you practice these questions you will know what to do looking at the question. Okay? Okay, dear students, now let us conclude this session here, because this will conclude all the questions from integration using trigonometric identities. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಿಗ್ನೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲು ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Okay, dear students, keep waiting for the next session where we are going to deal with integration using other basic procedures. Okay, so see you again in the next session. Until then, take care and bye.